Hi, I'm John Poelking, Leisure and Media Analyst on Mintel's reports team.
And I'm Emily Groch, Comperemedia's Director of Insights for Telecom.
And we are here to talk about the crazy world of streaming that we are entering very soon. The next stage of the streaming war starting next month, November, with Apple and Disney entering the market.
Yes, should be a very exciting time. We've already seen a lot of activity coming from Disney, for example, with all of their pre-orders, subscribe now, 2 and 3 year prepays.
Yeah, and they're starting to release content trailers too. We're starting to figure out what is actually going to be on these services. And it seems like there's a lot. I mean, I think Disney is going to do incredibly well upon its launch. Yeah, very established brand, a lot of interest, especially amongst that core family market.
Yes, parents, grandparents, kids.
It's fun for all ages.
It is.
As they tend to be. But it'll be interesting to see how Apple is going to start to play in this space. You know, they kind of came in. They announced their launch date a little bit later, but it's a lower price point. What kind of advantage do you think that Apple has in that market?
Well, you know, I think it's really interesting that they're giving away the free year subscription when you purchase those qualifying Apple devices. So that's really going to help their subscriber numbers off the bat. They're going to look awesome in terms of subscriber numbers.
Yeah.
But will they have the content? Will they drive the following to keep those customers subscribing after that free period?
Yeah, they'll really need to establish a strong identity, I think, amidst all this chaos that's going to be coming up. I think they're trying to fill this prestige adult brand that, you know, HBO did so well at kind of bringing out of consumers in the late 90s. And, you know, now that kind of message has diversified across a lot of different entertainment brands. So it'll be interesting to see how Apple kind of elevates its storytellers and uses that platform in order to engage people solely on original content. It's a tall order.
It really is. And, you know, when you talk about kind of establishing that brand and that angle and that voice, it makes me think about Netflix and how Netflix will compete in this new marketplace as well.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, like nearly 9 in 10 people that subscribe to digital video services are Netflix users. And are these new entrants going to be taking some of that share away from Netflix?
Right, and they very well could be. I mean, Netflix has been so long all about something for everyone. We've got so much different content on the platform. You know, will they really be able to keep those subscribers around? And they've been so focused on acquisition, always about acquisition. So at least in the U.S. now, they're really going to have to be thinking about loyalty and retention in a way they haven't had to in the past.
And they're going to be relying heavily on those originals. And I mean, they've been doing a great job of, you know, making that their brand as opposed to, you know, the licensed content that they've had as that starts to go back to the competitors and goes to different areas. They're really relying heavily on that original content. And I mean, as long as they can keep spending, which I mean might seem like a tall ask, but it's going to be, if they can, I think they have a shot at, you know, still being the huge leader when we look further down the line.
We'll see. I mean, I think Netflix will definitely have to rethink some of the way it does business in some of its markets. Certainly, it has a huge global presence that will continue to be, will do very, very well for Netflix. But, you know, we're talking a lot about Netflix and Disney and Apple, and I think those are the obvious major competitors as we talk about the streaming wars. But there are a few others coming in the marketplace as well.
Yeah, 2020, we've got HBO Max, we've got NBC's Peacock. Those are coming in with some big, you know, familiar brands of content. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they leverage that and where I think price point's going to be important. I think, their content library they're really going to need to, you know, again, find this brand identity separate from their competitors because it's getting so competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. And will we actually see consumers kind of dipping above that, you know, $50 per month kind of price point that we see them maxing out on, you know, or will they just be swapping in and out?
Our priority is going to be shifting. Are they going to reach that inflection point and they're going to be like, okay, now we need to start chipping away at this stuff? I mean, once we get past that free trial period, I'm assuming that's going to be coming for these. is it going to be enough to maintain?
Right.
And I don't know. I think we're going to have to listen to consumers here and see what they're willing to do and what they're willing to invest in. And that's going to be difficult too, I think, for new entrants that don't have that established brand. Content providers like Quibi.
Quibi.
Yeah, Quibi. That's focusing on premium short form content. Has a lot of great talent behind it, has a lot of capital behind to create that content, but is there that consumer demand for paid short form content? I don't know if there is.
I don't know either, especially when you have paid content but it's still ad supported and it's short form. You're trying to reach an audience of young adults that are really accustomed to something like YouTube, where it's all ad supported and it's all free and you watch it in short bites on the go. So I think Quibi's going to have a tough time.
There's plenty out there that it's hard to really establish a new brand in this new age of the streaming wars. I mean, there's just so many expectations, and without that kind of familiarity that comes with a brand like Disney or Apple or HBO or CBS or any of the players that are existing currently, something that's trying something new and that's asking consumers to invest in them on something other than time, that's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough.
Absolutely.
Well, as we continue to follow this, please check back with Mintel for our updates and see what we are thinking as this all starts to unravel over the next few months.
We'll be talking a lot more about the streaming wars as we talk about our 2020 telecom and media trends, which we'll be releasing soon, so stay tuned.